And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again, another day committed to picking a fight with the mainstream media and always providing you the timely truth centered around your real estate, credit, finance, insurance, and so much more. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show, and our number one goals are to educate, entertain, enlighten, and we want to help you win in any marketplace.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
And we want you to bookmark our website and save our hotline number in your phone, 813-670-7372.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
813-670-7372. And make sure you bookmark our website, consumerqb.com. You can see links to all of our expert contributors at consumerqb.com. All their contact information is there. You see the announcement cards under the expert contributors tab. You can submit an email form that comes directly through to us. You can also watch our television show version of the show directly from our website at consumerqb.com. And we want to help you win in any marketplace. We've got Intelligent Talk Radio. We've got some intelligent folks here in studio. Back in studio, Eunice Halstead, our insurance expert. Welcome back.
Thank you. Nice to be here again.
Hey, my pleasure. Absolutely. What are we going to talk about today?
Since you haven't announced the rest of the people, we're going to talk a little bit about what Homeowners does cover.
Okay. So homeowners insurance, what we're covering there, the different types of riders that come along with that, and ways to protect your house, especially here we go, we're coming into hurricane season.
That's correct.
The peak of season, I should say.
All right. Coming into it. We're here, June 1st.
We're a
month into it.
It seems like it's always the end of the summer, though, when it gets bad, right?
It is.
Yeah.
August, September are your two ugly months.
They're tough. Those are tough ones.
We always concentrate on the hurricanes, and there's a lot of other things that
exactly
the policy will provide for.
Yeah, we'll talk about some maybe sinkholes, different aspects of that. Plus, just making sure you have the right riders in place, the right policies, the premium that corresponds with the coverages. I think so many times people get focused in on the cost versus what does it cover.
That's right.
All right, so we got Jay Smith in the house as well. A Snoop Inspection. Welcome back, sir.
Hey, glad to be back. It's been a little while.
Yeah, man. Fresh off a little vacay.
Yeah, it was a busy month last month, so back in, starting July, so get back to normal. Although holidays mess everything up.
Yeah, they throw it off a little bit. It's I work right through them though. Most of the time, take a day off here or there, but
day off.
What's a day off?
Yeah, right.
What's a holiday?
Shame on you.
You a 10-day vacation. I haven't taken a 10-day vacation in a long time.
I haven't done that in many years.
Yeah, man, that's good. But you gotta get away from it sometime. Just deplug.
Road trip with Pop.
There you go. Nice. And I know you like a lot of your different concerts, right?
Oh yeah.
The concerts.
Summertime gets tougher though. You want to be in those indoor venues now.
Yeah, man. It's so hot outside. Dodging the rain.
Exactly.
All right, we got Matthew Schafer in the house also. Matt Schafer, teamgoloans.com. Welcome in.
It is an honor to be here, as always. Representing Team Go, led by our fearless leader, Ruth. She's the best. Yeah, it's good to be here, Brandon.
Yeah. Ruth Watkins is a longtime friend of the program, partner on the show, kind of your mentor. She's helping you learn the real estate space, the mortgage space, and got to say, man, you're doing a great job. You're out there hustling, getting after it on the weekends. Young hustler right here.
Love it. I appreciate it. Yeah, they're
man.
giving me everything I need to be successful.
Yeah.
And they've just, since day one, they took somebody in with no experience, and they'd never had a mentor before on the team. Plus, I was living in a different city. So the whole thing, we had to make it up from scratch, and they've just shoved 30 years of knowledge into my head and really brought so much value to my career. I cannot thank them enough. Strong women. I've told you before, that group of women, it's all women with my team.
Yeah.
But they are strong women.
You know what? And that's really neat. You said something powerful there when you think about the ability to learn from someone, the mentor, the mentee relationship, the mastermind principle that Napoleon Hill talked about in his books. It really is a way that you can just absorb so much knowledge. And that's what I talk to some of my real estate agents about, and people that I'm interviewing to bring onto my team. I'm hiring right now, so I'm interviewing some agents. But what I say is that you're able to come in and kind of get the downloaded version of here's how you make money, here's how you succeed, here's how you make six figures, here's how you do it. and that's invaluable.
Oh, without the trial by fire? Absolutely. You don't have to fail to learn those things, to have somebody teach it to you. That's fantastic. Right. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so we got an all-star lineup today. We're going to be talking about insurance, property casualty insurance. We got our home inspector, Jay Smith, in the house. He's going to give you that perspective from an insurance. We're going to talk about insurance, and then from the perspective of the professional in the field, and then Matt Schafer putting it all together with how you can qualify for these loans and real estate transactions. And, the one thing that we do agree on is that real estate is a popular area right now. People are looking to get in real estate. There's a lack of inventory in the marketplace, and we want to help you find those homes. So that's the part of it as well. Once you get pre-qualified, how do you find the property? We want to talk to you about that with Platinum MVP Realty. As you know, I'm the owner of the company, and I've got a hot listing here in Valrico, 5506 Dallas Way in Valrico, River Hills Country Club, gated community, high levels of security here, 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, over 3,498 square feet, heated, $545,000 just listed now. And Jay, you'll appreciate this. This is one of those homes that is built by the owner who is a contractor. Exactly. So the contractor, he's a commercial contractor, so he's building huge buildings, big buildings. And when he comes in and he's putting extra layers of insulation, he's putting the best materials. So this type of a home, this is a home that you want to buy, 5506 Dallas Way.
Above and beyond all the time. And that's a great neighborhood. I've been in it several times.
Yeah, and it just a great neighborhood. I mean, it's beautiful property. We just listed that property, so we're hoping we'll get some action on that one. The higher price points, over $500,000, takes a little bit longer to sell in some cases. There's less of a buyer pool for that type of a home than there is a 180 to 220 home. So that's the challenges that you face. Let's give a shout out to our restaurant partner, Brio Tuscan Grill at the International Plaza. They are a awesome restaurant, Italian food, excellent cuisine. They've got a very friendly wait staff, and they are offering something special to our listeners and viewers of our TV show. Now, all you have to do is go over to Brio Tuscan Grill. They're located at the International Plaza, 2223 North West Shore Boulevard. Let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. Take them up on these special offers, these special incentives, and they're going to give you a free appetizer just by mentioning the Consumer Quarterback Show. Also, on the weekends, they've got a brunch going now. So check them out for the brunch. That is. They do a great job at the brunches, and they are our official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show, Brio Tuscan Grill, International Plaza. All right, let's jump right into it. So Eunice Halstead, property casualty insurance. We're talking about protecting single-family homes, townhomes, condominiums. We're talking about protecting the assets of these homeowners out there. And there's more than meets the eye when it comes to the premium rate, and then what does it cover?
Yes, and I wanted to differentiate. There's different types of homeowners policies. There's homeowners policies like an HO3, which would cover a single-family dwelling. The HO4, which is the renters, and the HO6, which is specially built for people who own a condo. So it'll provide some sort of dwelling coverage, the inside the walls type coverage. If you have improvements and betterments that you have installed in there, you want to cover that because that's part of the building, but you're responsible for that. And then the additional coverages apply as if it is a condo. Right. So you wouldn't be insuring your whole property value under an HO6. As in an HO3, you would have to insure the property for the whole property value. And the property value is not always the market value. There's a difference of what it would be to reconstruct the property versus what you would normally pay in the market. Okay. Sometimes if you buy the property and it's undervalued because it's a short sale or something like that, you would have to calculate really what is the actual value to reconstruct the property. And then when the market goes really high and you pay a little bit of a premium for that property, you don't necessarily need to insure the property for the full market value that you paid for the property. You have to adjust the pricing to what the actual cost of rebuilding the property is. Is
that AKA replacement cost?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So, we talk a lot about hurricanes, and right now we're in hurricane season, but there's a lot of other things that a homeowner's policy will do for you. And some of the other coverages that we don't talk about as much are such as like fire and smoke. If you have a fire in your kitchen and it destroys your cabinets and it smokes up your house, that's covered. Another one important here in Tampa, since we are the lightning capital of the world, is lightning strikes. I live in the town and country area, And last night I was overlooking the water, and it was just nonstop lightning.
I noticed that too.
Lightning here and there. Just for about an hour, it just went on. And I had a conversation with the president of my building association, and he was telling me that a few weeks ago, 2 of our condo buildings got hit by lightning. It was like that's just amazing to
Wow.
just not used to that.
Yeah. The lightning
What are the
pops
odds on that? Yeah.
Lightning's popping, and it's I don't know the effects, how it's going to run through the building, but I imagine it's going to just like you see a tree limb knocked off a tree, going to have enough force to knock something off.
Yes. Then there's the windstorms and hail, which don't only include hurricane. And in certain policies, hurricane is separated from the rest of the windstorm coverage. But windstorm includes tornadoes and other types of wind that create damage inside your property. And then there's the hail.
Yeah, let's break it down, because I know sometimes you got to be careful if you have one policy but not the other. For example, I guess rising waters versus a surge. There's different caveats to think about.
So water damage is not flood.
Right. Let's jump into those when we come back on the other side of the break. We're going to break it down for you here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Eunice Halstead in the house, Jay Smith in studio, a Snoop inspection, Matthew Schafer representing Team Go Loans. Stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Our feel-good story of the week is a good one as well. Coming up, we have a feel-good story. Congrats. I'll find that here in a minute. We'll be right back after the break. Thank you. Stay with us.
Hey,
That
I'm
was
Ken
hilarious.
Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rhymes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
House.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP Realty, and a top listing agent here in Tampa Bay, helping our sellers profit more on the sale of their real estate properties. We're looking for inventory right now. If you have properties you want to sell, we'd love to talk to you about it. Talk about our unique marketing strategies that help you do a lot more than just the average real estate company will employ for you. So we want to help you. We got our teaser here finally. School cafeteria worker feeds the hungry well after lunch hour ends. So pretty cool story coming up in our Feel Good story, our Feel Good segment. Tell me something good here. And we've got a couple of hot listings I'll let you know about here. This one's in South Tampa, 3911 West Euclid Avenue in Tampa. It's a beautiful property here. Belmar is the subdivision. 4 bedrooms, 3 full bath, 2 half bath. $837,000 just reduced. Beautiful property in South Tampa, Plant High School District. Custom built home here, 10-foot ceilings throughout. Too many upgrades to list. Check out PlatinumMVPRealty.com for all of our real estate listings. PlatinumMVPRealty.com. And if you'd like a short code link, you can text REQB to 313131. Just simply text REQB, like real estate quarterback, to 313131, and you're going to get an autoresponder that comes back with all of our information about our listings. All right, so we're back here in studio. Eunice Halstead in the house. Jay Smith, A Snoop Inspection. Matthew Schafer, TeamGoLoans.com. All right, let's jump into it. So, Eunice, we were talking about the differentiation of these different policies and some of the misnomers that people have, because sometimes it's, is it wind that caused it? But it was wind with rain? Was that something different than the rising waters? Or, so it gets confusing sometimes for homeowners.
Yes, sometimes, especially when it comes to a hurricane where there can be several different things happening at the same time. And there is this clause called concurrent causation. And if your policy has that, you might not be, if one thing caused the rest of the perils to occur,
yep,
they will concentrate on covering that one peril and not the rest.
Okay.
So we have to be careful when it comes to that. But that's mostly when we're talking about commercial. When it comes to personal, they're a little bit more careful because it's more carefully watched by the insurance department. And they want to make sure that all the consumers are properly protected. For
the oversight.
Yeah.
Yep. The oversight on regulations. So many times people, I think they look at the policy premium and they don't understand what are the coverages, what are the deductibles on that. That's a problem area too.
Right. So when you're looking at your policy, the main driver of the premium is the cost of your dwelling and how much you're putting in for your contents.
Okay.
So the dwelling, you should keep the dwelling or the property value at, like I said before, the real replacement cost of that property. If you underinsure it, they're going to pull in a co-insurance clause. What it means is that they divide what you insured divided by what you should have insured, and that percentage is what they're going to pay you for your loss. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be a discounted amount because you didn't properly insure the real estate.
And it's interesting because you can also back out the land. It's just the actual structure.
Yeah,
right?
You don't have to you do not insure the land.
Right.
So if your property comes with a lot of land and the cost is majorly from the land, all you need to put in is the property itself and any additional structures which are separately named in the policy. But the land is not insured because there's nothing to reconstruct with the land.
Right.
The land should not be insured.
Yep.
The other thing is the amount of contents that you have in your house, in your home. So some companies require you to carry at least 50% of the cost of the property in contents. Some other companies let you variate from that and decrease it maybe to 1/3 or 1/4 of the value of the property. But that does also drive the premium. Gotcha. And the other premium drivers are how much deductible you can handle. But you always have to keep in mind how much am I willing to pull out of my pocket.
Right.
So if I have a loss and my deductible is $1,000, you know that $1,000 is not recoverable. There's a new policy out there that is doing like a buyback of your deductible amount. So you can buy insurance to cover your deductible. And those are really low price policies. They're not common, but it's something that if you want to talk about it, you can call me and talk about it because we do
Interesting.
have those markets.
Yeah, that's interesting. So the Consumer Advocate Hotline, 670-7372. That's a Tampa number, 813-670-7372. Call or text that line. We're going to get you in contact with all of our expert contributors, anyone that you want to speak with. Eunice Halstead is our insurance expert, all things insurance. She can help you with that. So more from Eunice coming up in the show as well. I want to ask Jay Smith, A Snoop Inspection, have you ever inspected properties? Do you get hired in that capacity, or is that a different line of inspections? After the storm, after the break-in, you come in and try to assess some of that damage?
Nah, you're really looking at the insurance adjusters at that time. So
Okay.
that's really a completely different person than my company would be.
Right.
If somebody wanted to double check something. I mean, unfortunately, after a storm like we had last year,
Yep.
they were backed up. They couldn't get insurance adjusters out there. And they did call us out to double check some things, whether it might be the roof, because the roofers are also busy. So they're calling
Right.
all kinds of different people.
Yeah.
Can anybody come and look at my house? And of
Wow.
course, we did look at a few of those houses and double check things for people. I tell people all the time after the storms, you should be looking at your roof. And if you haven't looked at it, have someone like a home inspector or
Yeah.
a roofer or something like that, especially when they get older and you start getting the roof and it's 10 years plus, 15 years plus. That's when you're going to get more damage than even when it's new.
Right. Yeah, Jay Smith, A Snoop Inspection, a longtime friend of the program here, and he's a local home inspector. He's got a great team around him as well. You've got a great team. You're covering 5 to 7 counties now around Tampa Bay, so you can cover a large area. So it's an important part of the process, both on the buying side, but also as a seller. I talk a lot of times on the selling side, let's get that pre-inspection done. That way we know if there's any flaws with the home. Sometimes it's minor stuff that can be corrected before it gets to negotiations.
Well, we talk all the time, about the 4-point report.
Yeah.
And if the new buyer is going to get insurance, if they're getting a mortgage, they have to get insurance. And if there's problems with it, they're a lot tougher on the brand new policy than they are on the existing policy.
Right.
And unfortunately, the homeowner that's there, maybe they haven't had to update something all through the years because the insurance has just kept on rolling through. Now it's a brand new owner, and the insurance company says, no, we don't want that 55-year-old electrical panel there. We need that to be updated. Or, they haven't double checked to see that, the homeowner has expanded their garage into more of a workshop and added all kinds of electrical and maybe not done it up to code.
Right.
And those kinds of things might have to be torn out or redone to make sure they are up to code and will meet insurance standards.
Right. So you got the insurance side of things, and with Eunice Halstead, we're talking about insurance side, and then you also got the mortgage side. So the mortgage company is going to be, they're going to be spending money on this collateral. The 3 C's of lending. Right. You got the income, the capacity to repay, the credit. Of course, that's pretty self-explanatory, and then the collateral itself. So yeah, when you think about putting this whole piece together, the home inspector is a central point of that.
Well, and the other factor is we have a brand new 4-point coming out. It's going to need to be in use by September 1st. And that one has a few more questions on it that they're wanting to double check, especially electrical and plumbing.
Yeah.
Roofing hasn't changed. Roofing is always a big deal for any kind of insurance company. That has been that way for years and will continue to be that way for years. Now they're kind of narrowing in and saying, okay, if you've got a 50-year-old house and you still have galvanized plumbing or some old gas sewage lines, your coverages could be changing and what they're willing to cover on those older homes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's when you look at that, there's ways to save a deal too. This always comes back to the real estate business. Not all professionals are created equal, and when it comes to the real estate company, being able to have these different professionals that they work with in your networking group and your affinity referral network. A lot of times we've saved deals just by knowing that hey, well, here's the next step. Here's how we go over and around these types of issues. We're able to kind of work on the go, call an audible.
Or seeing it before it starts. If you're a good, walking through the house, you'll see something before they even get started.
It's like you and I talk about FHA, and you'll be listing a house, and if there's several things wrong with it, a conventional loan might be okay on the house, but FHA is a little bit pickier.
Right.
So things like the rotten fascia board or rotten door, rot is a big deal for them. Mm-hmm. That has to be repaired before FHA will pick up that loan for that home.
And on a conventional loan, they're going to allow some of that to slide through.
Exactly.
based on what? Just more of the value of the home in general?
Well, they're figuring if you're a conventional loan, you're more likely a previous homeowner, and you may be more prepared to take care of those maintenance items that have been missed through the years on that home.
So they're going to pick it up on that end.
Exactly.
Got it. Yeah, good stuff. All right, so Jay Smith, A Snoop Inspection, serving all the local counties here, all of our listening audience. He can help you with that. Got a great team over there, A Snoop Inspection. We want you reaching out to our hotline, consumerqb.com as well. You can submit a form there at consumerqb.com. And yeah, so you're playing with, on one side of the equation, you've got to make sure the insurance companies are happy. And then on the other side is making sure the lender is happy as well. The 4-point inspections, the different aspects of qualifying for the loan in the process.
Absolutely. And we see minor things that, like you said, can be fixed fairly quickly, fairly inexpensively. It might only be $100 or $200, but it will make the house much easier to insure.
Yeah, so when we come back, let's talk on a couple of tips on that point, on this front end, the listing side inspections, things that you can do there to help you position yourself to be a win-win in negotiations. When it comes to negotiations, it's not all about a win-lose. It's more of finding that win-win situation. So stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Our feel-good story of the week: school cafeteria worker feeds the hungry well after lunch hour ends. Stay with us right here, Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey everybody, I'm Forbes Riley, celebrity TV fitness host and creator of The Spin Gym. I'm here today with Brandon Rhymes, and you're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show. Great ways to get happy, healthy, and wealthy.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP Realty. Giving a shout out to our official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show, Hotel Zamora on beautiful St. Pete Beach. Kipton's the Hotel Zamora. Go say hello to our friends over on the beach, St. Petersburg Beach. Beautiful property here, and it's a boutique-style hotel. They've got Castile Restaurant on site, breakfast, lunch, and dinner served. Beautiful pool area, and they've got a pool party going on the 15th. By the way, our friend Ian Beckel's having a pool party over there. Rooftop 360 lounge. You got gorgeous views overlooking the Intercoastal Waterway, the 360 view of the Gulf of Mexico. say hello to our friends at Kipton's, the Hotel Zamora on St. Pete Beach. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Take them up for 20% discount off of your room stay. Plus, they're going to put a bottle of wine and a charcuterie platter in your room. Kipton's, the Hotel Zamora, our official hotel partner. And we got a hot property here on the beach. This is 1370 Gulf Boulevard, unit number 401 in Clearwater Beach. 3-bedroom, 3-bath, Bella Rosa condo, one of the best condos on all of the beach there in Sand Key. And it's a gorgeously updated property. $1.175 million is the list price. Over 2,200 square foot heated here. A beautiful property. So many amenities. There's too many to list here. Beautiful property. Check out PlatinumMVPRealty.com. PlatinumMVPRealty.com. All right, we're back here in studio. We got Eunice Halstead in the house. He's our insurance expert. With Jay Smith, a Snoop Inspection, a.k.a. the Snoop Dog. We got Matthew Schafer as well, teamgoloans.com, Teams Go Loans. All right, so seller side inspections. We were talking about that before the break. So the seller side inspection is going to do a couple different things. It's going to, number one, let the realtor know, or let the realtor be able to advertise this property as a pre-inspected home. Now, a lot of times the buyers say, that's great. We're not going to risk our inspection money or get into the deal and risk spending all this money. Maybe the appraisal actually shows something that the inspection didn't show. So at that point, they're $700-800 into it, Jay. You know, and the other thing that's cool is whenever they're able to do that pre-inspected, you find out those couple little small things, the ceiling fan, the little outlet, the breaker box, a couple little things you can fix. You might be able to do it on your own or get a handyman to do it versus paying an electrical contractor, you know, the high dollars that they're going to charge.
Well, even the time to get those guys out there these days. I mean,
right.
All the contractors are busy to try to even get to these houses and repairs that are needed.
Yep.
And it's another part of it. I mean, we're going to go up on the roof, and that's not something a homeowner does every day.
Right.
I mean, most homeowners don't. And, you know, we came through the storms last year. I think we're doing a few more 4-points this year just because the insurance companies want to double check the roofs.
Yeah.
They want to know that they're in good shape, that there's not any leftover damage from, you know, what is it, 9 months ago now?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, a long time.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of time has passed.
And they're still dealing with it.
Yeah. They're still repairing roofs, still putting them on from the storm.
You know, speaking of roofs too, we had yesterday we had David Ringo, 3D Solar, on the show, and the new show partner. They've got their top fat. They're nominated for the Tampa Bay Business Journal's Fast 50. They're doing some big things that they, we're talking about the effect. Sometimes people have that misconception of, hey, I'm going to put holes in my roof by putting shingles or the holes in the shingles, right, with solar. But it's really just a misnomer. It's not the problem that people think it poses.
No, but I mean, if I had an older roof and the roof was almost due for replacement, I don't know if I'd put the solar system on now. If you're going to replace the roof in the next 2 years,
I
would be looking to do that first before I was putting the solar.
Do the roof and then add the solar.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, again, with the show, we got lots of partners. We can help you. We want to plug you into our network, and our network is our net worth. You know, we have a lot of great partners here that can help you, and we really want to help you with real estate credit, finance, estate plans, tax plans, all types of ways that we can help you business and life and marketing wise as well. So Jay Smith, a Snoop Inspection, he's got a great team here, can cover a large area and get inspections done for all types of homeowners. Yep.
Clarify a couple things. The 4-point, everyone's saying, okay, we're talking about the 4-point. They probably don't even know what it is.
Yes.
And the 4-point report is there's 4 main items on your house. The big one being the roof, starting at the top. Yep. That's point number 1. Point number 2 would be your heating and air conditioning system. It may be older and you can insure it, but it needs to be in good working order.
Yeah.
It actually has to be operating well and maintaining the house. They want to know that the house is being maintained. So that's number 2 is the heating and air conditioning. Third part of it is your electrical. You need to make sure that the panel is not 60 years old.
Yeah.
That there's not a bunch of issues like a double tap. And a double tap is where they've run 2 circuits into one breaker.
Yeah.
Which is never a good idea. You have to split those up and take care of those. And that's those little items. I mean, a second breaker, the breakers aren't that expensive. They're $10. It's not the end of the world. And then the last part of it is the plumbing. I mean, basically your how things are flowing, what kind of pipes you have, how good a shape is your water heater in. Yep. So that's your 4 different points that you're looking at when you're talking about a 4-point report for a home.
And the average 4 points about $100, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, if you're a homeowner, it's been a while since you had your property checked up, reach out to Jay Smith, a Snoop Inspection, right here on our hotline, 813-670-7372, 670-7372, and get serious about your finances. For about $100, you're able to get a 4-point inspection done, check out all those major components, find out from that point, take a look at a review on your insurance, find out, hey, where am I at with my insurances? Maybe there's something that you need to add to that.
Yes, I just wanted to mention that most insurance companies provide discounts when they get a good 4-point inspection and a wind mitigation report that shows that your roof is in good condition. So maybe you spend $100 on getting the inspection, but you might save quite a bit, save it back or save more.
That's right.
Because you have that inspection and it shows that your property is in good condition.
Jay, what is a wind mitigation exactly?
Well, a wind mitigation is more so on the roof itself and how the structure is put together. It's really how your rafters are tied down to the walls of the house. And that's changed through the years. 2002 was a huge year for everybody and the way the codes changed to make houses stronger and withstand the storms better. I recently redid a wind mitigation that we did earlier this year. Gentleman purchased the house. And to save insurance money, I recommend him that he look into a company updating the tie downs. And the difference was literally one nail. He only had 2 nails and all his straps went to a third. And listen to this. It was over in Pinellas County. $2,700 was his insurance quote. With the one more nail in it, it went to $1,500.
Wow. Yeah. That's amazing.
I mean, and he didn't spend $1,200 putting
nails.
that nail.
Yeah.
And that's forever.
He got that done. Now
and that's annually.
He's getting that same discount next year. So he not only saved still extra money this year, even though he paid out to get it done, now he continues to save that money.
That's right. Yeah, that's good stuff. I like that. Saving people money and helping them think a layer deeper. Most people don't think that extra layer that's going to help benefit them. So, great stuff there. So Jay Smith, A Snoop Inspection, 4-point inspections, the all types of any type of home inspection, commercial or residential. We can help you with that.
Exactly.
All right, let's bring in Matthew Schafer, teamgoloans.com. Matt Schafer helping out with Ruth Watkins. You got a great team up there helping people with their mortgage loans, helping people get pre-approved, get into the home, and kind of navigating these waters.
Yeah, it's a great career. I mean, I didn't expect it to be what it is, but it's absolutely getting to help people make these kind of choices because, I mean, like you guys said, they don't have time to think about some of this stuff with insurance and 4 points. I mean, with inspections and 4 points and insurance, how things go, because it's such a stressful process.
Yeah.
I see it with buyers all the time. It's just overwhelming once you start having to deal with all these parties.
Yep.
But just slowing it down and having people fighting for you, especially your lender, that's probably the most, I mean, you got to have someone who's looking out for your best interest. That's why Ruth and them they do so well, because they advise over sell every time.
Yeah, consultative approach, helping people understand why.
Yeah.
What's the exact, what's the definition of the 4-point, for example, what Jay just went through.
Age information.
Yeah, to help them understand. Because for them, it's their one that they may do every 5 to 7 years is the average, right?
Exactly.
When it comes to a real estate transaction. Whereas, we're doing hundreds per year. And so Matt Schafer, Team Go Loans. So what are you seeing right now? What's the climate like in the mortgage industry?
I mean, it's interesting. So a few facts real quick. First, let's start with the basics. 89% of buyers get a mortgage to buy a house. I mean, literally 9 out of 10 people buy a home with a mortgage. If you're one of the 1 out of 10 that's lucky enough to pay cash, congrats. Love it. I mean, but most of us have to, get this route. And it's a tool that people can use and really benefit from if they do it right. And in 1981, for example, rates were averaging a 30-year fixed. 18% was the average for 1981.
1981.
30-year fixed in America.
What was that? Was that Reagan administration back then?
That was, I believe it was Carter, but I wasn't born back then.
Well,
that was Reagan.
Even before you were born.
I'm just getting
Matthew, I don't think you're quite around at that point.
my apologies. I don't know.
That's a good point, though. People sometimes they squabble over a quarter point here, eighth of a point there, and when you really think about it in the big perspective, it's hey, get a good loan. Work it, even get a fixed rate. Still, a lot of people are doing fixed rates. Why not?
I mean, same payment every month. You don't have to worry about anything. It can't change.
Yep.
But like you said, where we're at right now, last couple of years, we're down into the 3-4%, averages. Rates low, were never that low.
Right.
There's only one way they can go. I mean, you're not going to get to 0-1% interest rate. That's just absurd. So of course they're going to be going up right now. and they're still at a great point to buy a home.
It is.
It's great.
Absolutely.
Can't beat it.
All right. Stay with us right here. When we come back, we're going to finish up our experts. We're going to talk about the lightning round here, and we have our feel-good story of the week as well. A school cafeteria worker feeds the hungry well after lunch hour ends. All right, stay with us. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Jarek Robbins. You are listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show with Brandon Rhymes. Please do what it takes to learn all that you have to live the life you want to live it fully, and find a way to give it by paying it forward to others.
Get in touch with Brandon online at consumerqb.com.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
Welcome back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP Realty. Giving a shout out to Mary Maids Cleaning Service. Let Mary Maids take care of your summer cleaning. We know clean. Leave the details to us. They are the recipients of the Women's Choice Award. America's most recommended cleaning services is Mary Maids. Satisfaction guaranteed. Relax, it's done. Let Mary Maids clean your home. Let them know the real estate quarterback sent you for special incentives. And we're back here in studio. We got Eunice Halstead in the house. She's our insurance expert and talking about property casualty insurance today. Jay Smith, A Snoop Inspection, a.k.a. the Snoop Dog, in the house as well, helping you with your home inspections. And Matthew Schafer, representing Team Go Loans, GSF Mortgage as well, and Team Go Loans here in studio. And I've got Braylyn here in studio. She's helping us out with our feel-good story of the week. So every day we're going to tell you something positive. So we're going to talk about our Tell Me Something Good segment here.
Tell me something good. School cafeteria worker feeds the hungry well after lunch hour ends. For the last 26 years, Deborah Davis has served students and still found time to cook for the homeless. Deborah Davis works hard feeding the children at Hoover High School in San Diego. After serving food all day, she drives her 1976 Chevy Malibu around the city looking for homeless people to feed. Because Deborah is so selfless, the school district recently surprised her with a new car. In an interview with CBS News, Steve Hartman asked Deborah, "What does it mean to you that faculty of the staff, the kids, all wanted you to have this gift?" Deborah began to cry. "That I'm making a difference," she replied.
Pretty cool story. Good stuff. So feeding the homeless after lunch hour. So that's a great story. Our positive news segment there for you here. So,
Nice
you know,
job.
good stuff, right?
Yeah, she got a good voice.
Yep, really good. So, all right. So the back to the business here. So when we're talking about mortgage financing loans, we're talking about real estate. Tampa Bay, hot market. All the way down the Gulf Coast. Our listenership's all the way down to Fort Myers, Naples as well, up north to the Panhandle, out to Orlando, and worldwide, of course, on the web, iHeartRadio app, WeBeam TV. But with the Tampa Bay market is where we kind of focus a lot. We talk about Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater. Properties are appreciating. There's still that lack of inventory. There's still a lack of inventory, especially in the lower priced homes.
Yeah,
180
like 100,000, 200,000. Yeah,
that's right. 180 to 280, 380. Those homes right there in that median class. There's not much inventory out there. So for buyers, it's super important to make sure you get a reputable lender that you're working with. Get your pre-approval done right now, and then work with the right agent.
Go into the Finance First program. It's a company we have a team go at GSF. You get fully approved before you have a property, not a pre-qualification, a pre-approval letter somebody gives you after talking to you for 3 minutes, but an actual approved underwritten loan before you start looking for properties. And once you're approved, if you find one within 30 days, we will reimburse your appraisal at closing up to $500. So it's something you'd have to do anyways, and getting that little reimbursement and starting to add on at the end with the seller paid concessions or anything else you can get like that, it can put a dent in your closing costs. I mean, I've seen people get in for hundreds instead of thousands. It's great.
Absolutely. And that's something we'll do. We'll help out any listeners from the show as well. We'll offer, a quarter to a half a point rebate back. We do it for veterans. We'll help out some of our listeners too if they need it with that type of an offer. So one of the other things I see in the mortgage industry is so many times people just shop on rate. They call one lender, what's your rate? What's your rate? It's really unfair to the professional to do that. Can you explain why?
Well, it's just a little interesting because, what determines your rate? There's 6 main factors that determine it. It comes down to stuff like your credit score, your history, your liabilities, things like that determine your rate. And it's a system that does it. It's not like I'm sitting here as the lender saying, this is your rate. Right. It's generated. But each lender has their own, overlays on top. So everything's a little different, but banks are always going to have, the least amount. The lowest rate, because they just sell them the next week. They just get rid of them quick. It's not much of they're just come through the door. Here's, what we can do, and on to the next one. You're just a number. But when you go to a mortgage banker like GSF, we service, we take care of the whole process, do everything in-house, and our rate is going to come down to pennies to the dollar. Well, you're talking about like $5 more than going through a bank, but to have somebody looking out for your best interest and getting you a program and loan that's just, it's good for your life. It's well worth it with the biggest financial choice. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And you're able to shop programs for the client. So instead of calling all these other people, they can make one call and speak to you guys at teamgoloans.com. You're able to shop the program because it's about rate, it's about down payment, it's about the loan type, the product type.
Yeah, you have to just get the full story first, because every person's life's different. Every loan is different. That's something I've had to learn being newer to the industry. Ruth, the 30 years experience she has, seeing that many different lives and situations. That's what's priceless about having a good lender.
That's right.
Anyone can take the test and get a license, but to actually go through it and help as many people as she has, it's a testament to what we can do.
It sure is. All right, so good stuff there. TeamGoLoans.com. Support our local lender, the local economy. All of our expert contributors here today are local. That's a big point that we make here on the show, is supporting local. Shop small, they call it, right? Shop local, shop small. Rather than going to the big banks that took the bailout money and give their CEOs the golden parachutes on the way out. Work with a local lender here in Tampa Bay. Matthew Schafer is one of the best in TeamGoLoans.com. All right, let's jump into our lightning round here. We're going to talk about our top tips, nuggets of advice, and the lightning round, if I can get the mouse to it. There we go.
The lightning round!
I am so good at lightning rounds!
I majored in lightning rounds.
All right, top tips, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom. Eunice Halstead, you're up first.
Okay, so prepare yourself in advance, not only by reviewing your insurance coverage, but also by taking care and repairing your home before something actually happens. Like, for example, if you know that your property is prone to flood, get those sandbags in advance. Whatever it is that needs to protect your property, whether it's storm shutters or whatever, just try to do the best, and that'll save you in the insurance down the line.
Yeah, plan ahead. Work on the things that happened those last 2 weeks before hurricane comes. Start planning for it. Start thinking a layer deeper, thinking ahead, and being prepared.
Yes.
Awesome. All right, Jay Smith, Snoop Inspection.
Same line, prepare. I mean, you have to keep your house tidy, get ready for a storm if it's coming in. Have it checked out. I mean, come get the inspection. If you're thinking about selling, we can come out, take a look, make suggestions to you of things that you should be doing around the house to get the maximum dollar out of your home. That's what it's all about. I mean, things are selling easily, but even if it gets you an extra $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 for that house, it makes a difference.
Yeah, maximize the exposure, maximize the condition of the property. Especially, we have an interior designer here with our show as well. We can put you in touch with Coco Design Group. They're going to help you maximize the appeal of the property when it comes to modern design and different areas of that as well. Matthew Schafer.
Words of advice: start planning ahead. I met my heroes last week, Marcus and Jackie up in Port St. Lucie. They're young millennials buying their first homes and started an investment group. None of them are making ridiculous money. They just all have little liabilities and have played their cards right. And they're starting to buy up properties at a young age and rent them out and invest in their future. It's amazing to see something like that. People just planning ahead and really making big moves that not many people have the cojones to do.
Yeah.
It's great to see it. They're doing a great, I'm amazed.
That's cool, man. Yeah, getting involved in the real estate space. Some people have different paths. They start out later in life. Some people start out earlier. And the ability to buy a triplex, a duplex, or a quad within a owner-occupied, what they call it, a 4-unit, up to a 4-unit. So you're able to buy a quad, they call it, so 4-unit quad. Let's say you leverage that to whatever the FH or the limits might be. What is an FHA
1 to 4
limit?
is,
Roughly?
You're right. You're spot on. It's usually 1 to 4.
So roughly a $300,000 loan, right?
Exactly. Oh yeah, like 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I saw a dude a duplex for $450,000.
So you can leverage other people's money, buy a 4-unit duplex. Let's just say it's $400,000. So you're taking a 3%, 3.5% down, right?
Yeah, you can do down to 3% exactly.
And you can also structure in seller concessions. So you structure in some seller concessions there. You're getting into a property $7,000, $8,000 maybe out of pocket, just depending on how you structure the deal, or less. And then you're controlling almost a $500,000 asset that, by the way, you live in one side. There's 3 other parcels. Exactly. There's 3 other pieces of the puzzle there. So now you have $800 to $1,200 a month coming in from each one of those. Multiply that 1,200 times 3. That's what, $3,600 a month coming in addition to you living. Basically,
and if it's like a $3,000 mortgage and you have 36 coming in, that cancels out your liability. So if you went to buy another home, I would not be counting that mortgage against you because the liabilities,
right,
it's canceled out. So they're planning to do it, every year, and I love watching it. It's just a cool thing to be a part of.
Yeah, that's awesome. So there's a lot of ways that you can get involved here with the Consumer Quarterback Show. We can help you with these strategies if you're looking for strategy, if you're looking for off-market properties. We've got opportunities that friends of our program as well that can buy properties under value, different types of city liens. Cities put liens on properties. We have the list. We can get those lists and help you buy properties cash. I mean, there's all kinds of ways that we can help you. We have the best professionals when it comes to homeowners insurance, home inspection, mortgage, like we talked about today. And we want to, plug you into the network and help you navigate these waters because, a lot of times you don't know what you don't know. And unfortunately, sometimes people think they know things that it gets them in trouble later. Mm-hmm. So I want to thank all of our expert contributors. Eunice Halstead, our insurance expert. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
And dropping that knowledge. What's your website again, Eunice?
It's www.insuranceriskspecialist.com.
Insuranceriskspecialist.com for Eunice Halstead. J. Smith, a-snoop-inspection.com.
Yep.
Did I get it right? a-snoop-inspection.com. And he can help you out with all that. TeamGoLoans.com over here, right?
That's right.
Matt Schafer. Yep. All right. So reach out to our expert contributors and, of course, ConsumerQB.com. You can see links to all of our expert contributors there at ConsumerQB.com. Now, we want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Pack up some food or clothing. Hand it to that person that you see in need. Be a force for good in the community and generate some good karma for yourself out there. Do something kind for one another and be a force for good in the community. Follow us online at Brandon Rhymes 1 on Instagram and Twitter, Facebook.com, Consumer Quarterback Show, Brandon Rhymes PA, and our public profile out there. We'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
You've been listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show, weekday afternoons at 5 on AM 1380. The Biz.
Are you a real estate agent looking to take your business to the next level and supercharge your marketing? Hi, I'm Brandon Rhymes, owner of Platinum MVP Realty and host of the Real Estate Quarterback Show, syndicated radio and TV show talk program on iHeartRadio, 102.5 The Bone, daily 5 o'clock drive time on 1380 The Biz, and our TV show is on WeBeam TV. We're looking for real estate agents that want to join our team and supercharge their marketing, utilizing some of our innovative strategies. We utilize the Real Geeks platform, Facebook marketing, internet marketing, and a lot of the traditional methods as well. Postcard mailers mailed for you, postage, signage, business cards, all paid for by the company. Aggressive real estate splits and ways to help you win in any marketplace. We need you to go out, take applications, and work our plethora of leads that we're generating on a daily basis. Reach out by clicking the form below, and we'd love to have a confidential interview with you.
So it's very personal. So why does Paul seem heavy-handed, throwing his authority around here? I want to remind you, Timothy, I'm an apostle. Well, I think there are several reasons. Number one,
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.